What's up, people? Muggy Maniacs in the Nitro Cave, getting busy. We got a sexy ass cougar on deck, ready to do some serious rapping. Oh yeah, look at her. She's she's ready to get busy. Oh yeah, she's gonna get busy, all right. She's gonna get nasty with that pico zap .28.7 port. What's that? Is that an R&B mod tattoo? Zah. Hell yeah, baby. That's a modified pico. Okay? Not just any pico. That's a modified pico by the man himself, Rick at R&B Mods. But yep, she's looking pretty fresh. Front suspension, oh yeah, feels nice and plush. Check out her rear section. Oh yeah, it's about to be on and cracking, people. Welcome everybody, Buggy Maniacs, Muggy Maniacs. Oh, what's that? Looks like the old man's still sleeping over here. The old man's sleeping. Muggy Maniacs, Truggy Maniacs, and the fifth scale Insaniacs running those Barlones, those 40cc's, 90cc, Gizmo motors, all that. Anyway, Muggy Maniac is getting busy in the cave. Next up on deck is the Mugen MBX 5R. Ready to break in that Pico, man. I can't wait. I've never ran a Pico, never owned a Pico, never had a Pico, let alone a modified Pico. So this is my first. I know it is Italian, and you know the Muggy Maniac. He likes his Italian motors. Gotta have my Italian. You know what? Just for the record, Italian food, you know, I'm Hispanic, but Italian food is like one of my favorite. I love Italian food. Man, do I love Italian food. Like no other. But anyway, and I love my Italian motors, you know. Picos, Novarossi, you know, Reds, you know, even Works. I gotta get me one of them Works motors, man. They're Italian too. I didn't even know that. Works are Italian. But anyway, Mugen versus Techno. I don't know yet because I've ran both of them now, okay, but they had two different motors in them. The Techno had the you know the Reds, modified Reds, .21, which is up here. We're gonna break this motor back out because this motor, eventually, when the Mugen buggy over here is done messing around with these mods, this motor is going back and inside it in the buggy. And this motor is tattooed by Rick as well. This is a sexy ass motor. Look at that. Want to see a badass backplate? Look at that. Look at that backplate. Reds spared no expense designing this backplate. And I've got some of the best quality, you know, motors out there, and this one, these Reds, man, let me tell you, the backplate on these things are sick. You guys see that? It's got like a rainbow in it. Kind of crazy. But, you know, that's, you know, like I said, sparing no expense. Sick ass backplate. But anyway, this thing is going to go back into, and its resting place will be in the Mugen buggy. But she's gonna rock this Pico. I'm telling you, man. I can't wait for this Pico to get broken in, man. I gotta go through the break-in process. I gotta take my time because I'm, you know, even though I wanna just freaking drop the hammer in this thing right now. But if I want my motor to last, But I want it to tune right, and you know, um, I want it to perform. You gotta, got to, people. I can't stress this enough, man. Take your time breaking in motors. If you guys are breaking in motors, take your time. Do not rush anything, because this is going to determine how long your motor lasts, how it performs, and how easy it stays in tune, or how easy it is to tune, or those three things are important, man, for nitro motors. That's the most important thing, period, man. Otherwise, your nitro, your shit ain't gonna run right, period. So anyway, we're gonna run the, as you can see, didn't waste no time. I'm telling you, man, this 28.8 no Rossi Rex Legend modded by Rick at R&B Mods. This thing is a beast. It's a nasty, nasty motor. Now, Rick modifies all the motors. Just because you send him one of these things, it's not going to be like mine. The one that Raja has, it's not like mine. This, mine's, they're all, Rick modifies all his motors differently according to what you want. I told him on this motor that I wanted everything that it already had, which it had a lot of torque. I wanted more top end, so I wanted it to scream, open up a little bit more. And I also wanted that bottom snap. And this thing has all of that. Bottom snap, torquey as hell. I mean, it was pulling the front end of this thing off the ground. Truggies, it's hard to get the front ends to come up on these things, man, unless you got a lot of power in your motor, man. You're not going to do it with no stock motor. I mean, that motor depends. I mean, you'd have to really, really put some thick-ass springs in there. But modified, yeah, you can. If you got it geared right and thick enough diff fluid. But anyway, we're going to run the after we're done breaking in the Pico, and we're going to run the buggy. So you're going to see a lot of buggy video now. We got some footage of, we got the muggy here out there getting, breaking in a motor. Didn't really get to do too much, but it'll get its chance again. Got the Techno out here breaking in, the Reds motor, then we got the Mugen MBX7 TR Truggy out here breaking in the the big boy motor, and we got to get the buggy in the mix now. Now I miss my buggy, believe it or not. I love my Truggies, and I'm a Truggy guy. I'm a truck guy, but I miss this little sexy beast right here. So we're gonna get her out and get busy. This thing, I love my buggy because it is so fun to drive, man. This thing handles great. It's very durable. I can beat the shit out of this thing, and this thing just keeps going, man. You can't kill this thing. Never. But anyway, then after that we're gonna run the 28.8 modified Rex Legend here. We're gonna run this in the Techno, and then I'll let you know. Techno versus Mugen. This thing handles really crazy though. This thing is sick. I love the way the Mugen Truggies handle. They're very, very agile, very quick. This thing whips like nothing, man. I could like whoop, 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 whoop. It's crazy, man. The way this thing handles, it's very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Nimble. Nimble means it's like what. You can like just it's all over the place, man. I mean, but it's not like it's all over the place like you can't control it. This thing sticks and moves, and I mean I would compare this thing to like an NBA player, man. This thing jukes, man. That's the word I'm looking for. This thing jukes, man. It's just like man. It's got crossovers right here, people. If you guys know anything about sports, anything about basketball or even football, man, like a running back when he's got that stop and go speed where he can just I love sports, so when he gets the ball running, a good running back, man, will just find a hole and break it, and then somebody will be coming up on him, and he'll just shake them out of their cleats, man. Just like Reggie Bush used to do that shit all the time, man. Just juke people, or like maybe like a Stephon Curry or like a LeBron or more like an Iverson. If you guys know anything about sports, Iverson back in the day, man, he would juke you out of your socks, man. He would just break your ankles. That's how this thing is, man. This thing jukes and slices and dices. Man, I love this, man. As good or as much as that, man. Both of these vehicles, man, I love. If you want to go next level, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Remember, I got these things used, but they were in great shape. And for like less than half the price you would pay for them brand new. But anyway, I recommend these vehicles because they're very easy to work on. They're very durable. They're easy to drive. I mean, a newbie can drive either one of these things, and they're more than good enough to race. I mean, these are race kits. Both of these things are race kits. They're not RTRs. They're not just regular, platforms of, they're the brand that they are. That's not just a regular Mugen. This is a Mugen race truggy. Okay, the only thing that I really had to change on it, or that I had to add was the chassis braces. Which, if you're gonna bash, that's the first thing that you need to replace, man. Unless you're not gonna do any serious bashing. You need aluminum rear. Ask John Bodeshell. He'll tell you. You need aluminum rear brace, which is what I have here. That ain't no plastic. That's aluminum. Okay, and you need a aluminum front brace too. That's aluminum. That ain't plastic. That's aluminum, people. 70-75 aluminum. Rear, front. And why, and people say, well, why do you need, if you're bashing, I mean, you're not racing. Well, you don't want any flex. Why don't you want any flex? When this thing flexes, that's when you start bending dog bones. If your chassis flexes and if you're bashing and getting busy out there, especially with modified motors, oh yeah, you're gonna bend dog bones. Ask Bodeshell. I think John has a rear chassis brace, but he doesn't have a front one. Losi doesn't make any. I don't think they make them. Unless you get them custom, they might make them now. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, if you don't have aluminum front and rear chassis brace, you risk bending your dog bones because your chassis will flex. Chassis have flex. And when it flexes, that's when you bind your drivetrain up here, and you'll start bending these. So, highly recommend if you're gonna bash that you have aluminum front and rear braces, and your top brace right here. Get that shit carbon fiber, man. I mean, that plastic, I don't give a shit how strong it is. Like, my Techno has some of the strongest plastic in RC. I mean, Kyosho quality plastic. I mean, you can ask anybody that owns these. And I still put an aluminum. That's not plastic. I replaced the aluminum brace on the front of this. This one here, carbon fiber. If it wasn't for me having a carbon fiber on the front of this thing, when it hit the wall doing like 55 miles an hour or whatever, yeah, I would have tore up the whole center diff, everything. Because if you get into a nasty wreck and this thing here isn't durable, this whole front section here with an aluminum brace and this, what'll happen is you're gonna shove this straight into your diff, and you're gonna destroy your diff. So you'll basically blow your diff out. if you crash, God forbid you crash at high speed, or it gets away from you, run away, whatever you want to call it. If this shit in here isn't strong, it's gonna destroy your diff. So bend your dog bone, all that shit. So anyway, after I get done running this thing, in here, then I'll let you guys know. We'll do a Mugen versus Techno. But as you can see, man, I'm the item wastes no time. Motor's out in there. Gas, fuel tank. First things I do is I pull the fuel tank and the motor and clean them babies up. Remember, it has all the fuel in it. You don't. That shit turns into water, nitro fuel. You don't want to let that shit sit in there. And then look at that, nasty. Oh yeah, she's gonna get a clean job. I didn't. The Muggy Maniac's got the freaking the cleaning caddy out here, people. I'm about to get serious here. Look at that. That shit's caked on. I think I'm gonna have to chisel that shit off. Man, she's dirty. But this thing, man, I love this thing, man. But I need to run the modified 28.8 Rex Legend in the Techno, and then I'll let you know, Techno, Mugen, which one. It's gonna be one or the other. Right now, even though they ran different motors, they both handle really, really well. This thing's very easy to drive too. This thing's very quick. Like I said, it whips around like a buggy. But so does the Mugen, man. The Mugen, man, it really impressed me, man. I'm really happy with it. So, anyway, that's all I got. I just wanted to kind of update you guys on what's going on, Muggy Maniac. I know shout out to my brothers, Elite RC, doing his thing there, 5th scale. He's, got that JQ 8 scale project going on. Also, Raja 111, man, you're doing a great job on those videos. Love watching your videos, man. I'm learning a lot of shit. And you're also running your shit, man. These two guys, man, they're not just talking the talk, they're walking the walk. And what that means is you're not just doing videos and showing people or teaching people and showing them all your shit and, hey, look at all my cool stuff. And I mean, you're getting out there and you're rolling up your sleeves and you're rapping your shit. That's what I want to see. I don't want to hear all that blah, 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 blah. I want to see people run their shit. So if you're not going to run your shit, then just don't run your mouth. Period. Anyway, Raja did a video on how to set your mesh. Here, Raja, listen. Does this sound right? Oh, shit. That sounds like yours, Raja. I guess I got mine right then, right? That's how it should sound, people. Just like Raja tell you. Gotta have that tick. Hear that? Now, one other thing, too, that I do, personally, and this is just me. I put my shit on the ground, and I roll it. And you can listen. If it don't sound like that, if you roll it and it's noisy, you'll hear it. It's either too tight or too loose, because it makes noise either way. When it's too tight, you'll hear it, and more importantly, you'll be able to feel it when you roll it. You'll feel it's tight. When it's too loose, it'll roll pretty free, but it'll be noisy as hell. Hear that? Perfect mesh. And why is mine so perfect? Because I had to learn the hard way. You know how many gears and shit and spurs that I stripped out? I got drawers full of them. So I learned the hard way. But anyway, they call it the tick. You want to have that tick, just like Raja told you, man, in his video. Hear that? And then you're also going to, he showed you in his video, you look, and you'll be able to tell by looking at it. You just want the teeth, when they come together, the spur and the pinion, just a little tiny room. Not too tight, not too loose. Because you will strip gears. Trust me. So anyway, that's all the Muggy Maniac's got. I got to start cleaning this thing here. Because it's dirty as hell. So anyway, that's all I got. Next video you guys will see will be the the buggy over here, breaking in the Pico, man. I miss my buggy, and I can't wait to run this thing, man. We're going to get nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. All right, people. Muggy Maniac is out. Don't forget, all you wimps, all you wussies out there that are retired and hung it up for the winter because it's too cold out there. Make sure before you turn your stuff into shelf bitches that you set your piston bottom dead center and you put some after run oil. By the way, Roger 111, look into this. Absolute Hobbies, $10. You use that oil, motor oil that you put in your bearings and stuff or whatever. Yeah, try this, bro. This is the shit that Novarossi uses in their factory in their motors. This is Novarossi motor oil, man. So I think you'll like it. Yeah, and it's not bad. $10 for a bottle, and this will last you a while. Try it out, man. Anyway, that's all I got. Peace out, people.